What's up, everybody? How you doing? Episode 242 of the FLA Exposure Podcast. Man, 242 episodes. Hard to friggin' believe. Sponsored by good friends at Mr. Donaire, our presenting sponsor for the 2025 season. Check them out online, mrdonaire.ca, or all of their products are at every grocery retailer all across the country, from Donaire kits to Donaire sausages to Donaire sticks to you name it. mrdonaire.ca. Happy to be joined by one of our fantastic athletes here at FLA Fight League Atlantic. He's a bantamweight out of Moncton, originally from Toronto, now training at GF Team Moncton under the chainsaw, Chad Cox. Happy birthday, Chad. Happy belated birthday. Hunter's put on a ton of fun fights for us. The last couple. The last one was a very interesting fight. We'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll talk about his upcoming fight here. He's competing February 1st at FLA 18. This kid, he like I said, he's very exciting inside the cage, but also a super great supporter outside the cage. Every single event, you turn around at the end of the show, and there's Hunter wearing his FLA gear, whether he's fighting or not. He's always appreciative, thankful, and just a really good kind of ambassador for the sport. So really happy to have him on, and please welcome Mr. Hunter Savage.
Hello, thank you for having me.
How are you, buddy? Speak of the devil. Got all his FLA gear on.
Yes,
awesome.
Sir.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. How you doing, man?
Not bad at all. Big. We're in the kind of I don't know if it's snowing down your way, Hunter, but it's we probably got 5 or 6 inches of snow last night.
Yeah, on and off, yeah.
Yeah. It is the season, I guess. We're right in the middle of winter here. How you been? How's things going?
Good, man. Just I don't know. Been waiting for this moment. I know, I was thinking about getting on that November card, but that didn't work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've just been waiting for the calls. It's like October now.
When did you? Yeah, you last fought in June, I guess. FLA 15.
Yeah, 15.
That's the thing, right? Like, we put on 5 events a year. So I always tell people that, like, if you you want to stand out, you want to have your medicals ready, you want to be easy to deal with, and all that kind of stuff. And because there's really say you can put on 10, 11 fights per card, it's 50, 55 fights a year.
Oh yeah.
So it's not a lot, and you really got to kind of make it worth it when you get those opportunities. So, speaking of which, you've never been on this podcast. I kind of want to know, like we spoke a little bit before, you trained with Andy back in the day in Fredericton. Now, like I said, under the chainsaw in Chad Cox in GF Team Moncton. What got you started in the whole sport?
Well, growing up, I actually grew up with a few guys who were like training Taekwondo black belts.
Okay.
And obviously I wasn't very competitive with them, but we'd always play fight like friends do, and I'd always get my ass handed to me, and I was like, man, this is cool that they can just technically break it down and kick my ass. I want to know how to do this. And from there, I don't know, I started not taking traditional martial arts training, but under them, they taught me a lot. I did a lot of sparring and stuff with them as a kid. Mm-hmm. And then when I was in Fredericton, I met Ben Leese, and that's when I finally took the jump and walked into an MMA gym. And I don't know, a lot of people are surprised to find out when I started training, but it wasn't that long ago. I just 100% in.
Yeah, and you have to be invested. I remember you used to message us quite a bit, always looking for your opportunity. And I knew who you were, and I talked to Andy and now Chad, and it's how many fights have you had? 3 under our banner, or
2?
Two. This come to be your 3rd. So interesting, Ben Leese. So you started training with Ben, up in nice, awesome. They're good. They're a great gym up there. It's really cool to see the scenes evolve. Like, you look at the scene in Fredericton, it's really, really evolving big time.
Oh yeah, big time. And it's crazy because I remember when I was training there's so many guys ready to make their first fight, but they hadn't quite made that yet. And now it's just looking back, they're all like Devin, he's had a title fight for you, and Roy's had a title fight. It's just crazy. All these guys that I used to start training with, and now I'm seeing them up here reaching it, and I love it. And now I'm slowly making my way, chasing them.
Yeah,
it's nice to see. I love to see the sport growing, the community growing.
That's it, man. For anybody who's a geek and a fan like us who are doing this kind of stuff, I always say to people, I'm it's we're really a niche sport. Even as big as MMA is, we're still a niche sport. It's X Games or skateboarding, or like there's this niche group of people who really, really love what we do and what combat sports is. And I love it too, man. The community growing and seeing everybody just kind of like what blows me away, to be honest, Hunter, about all of you guys and girls who go in there and compete is nobody looks nervous or really out of place for like some people making their debuts. And I don't know if you just live up to the moment and that's what you like when you have the production and the level of what it is that you're kind of forced into like performing. But everybody, man, it's quite impressive, really.
Yeah, I will say it definitely adds to it because your first fight you're expecting just some garage or something, and then you come out to this arena with lights blaring, there's fucking smoke coming up, music's playing. I'm like, man, I'm in the zone. Like, I'm gonna come out like a gladiator. I can't just come out and have a little fight. I'm like, I'm going to war now.
Love it.
So like, that's a lot on you guys, just having a good promotion, man.
Well, and that's the thing, man. Athletes work hard. Very, very hard. Like, we talk about it all the time, missing time from family, doubling up on work or whatever it takes to make it. And especially as an amateur, nobody's getting paid and it's a hard road to get there, man. So on our end, we, the show starts at 7, we're going to do what we say we're going to do. And it's been working out so far because everybody's been working together and the fighters have been delivering and it's been awesome, man. Going back to your first walkout, you really made a name for yourself in that fight. Like, it was a super exciting fight, but your walkout in general, just stare down at the camera. Like, obviously Timmy B loved it. He talks about it all the time. Something you planned, or it was just?
Well, I've never really talked about this publicly, but a year ago for that fight, it was a weird and tough mental battle for me because a few days before that, my grandmother, who like raised me and was with me my whole life, lived with me, she actually passed unexpectedly like 3 days before that fight.
Oh,
and like I found her, like she fell out of her bed, broke her hip, and then like a couple days later she was gone. But yeah, I found her like a week before the fight. I found her, so my head was just not right there. So that walkout, that was not theatrics, that was just real.
That's what I think people really loved about it, though. It didn't seem like it was. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, it just seemed really raw and like just direct. Like you didn't even move your head from the camera. It was like directly at it, man. It was pretty powerful. So it was, that's the little things that I say to athletes all the time. Like, it's, again, this is entertainment business as much as it's a fight business. You can really, look at Ben. He's a great example. Like, it really developed. Not that everybody's into, like, not, you don't have to talk shit, but there's a lot of different ways to really promote yourself, inside, outside, whether it's this kind of stuff or just little things on the mic, right? So Blake Savage, I used my computer.
Maybe.
That's funny. So GF team, Chad, his big birthday celebrations there yesterday.
He's out in Halifax celebrating for the night, but he'll be back. He just had to have his one night about birthday celebration.
Yeah, he's a great coach, man. How's the training been?
Oh, it's been great, man. I mean, basically since my last fight, I've just been in the gym getting ready.
Love it. You got a good team there, man. Everybody, there's some guys that we're trying to get, in the next couple of cards. I know you guys got a couple of guys that you're looking to line up there that nobody's kind of heard of. So I'm looking to get them out there. Guys who've been training for a while and see what they can do.
Love you,
Devin Turner. Yeah. So what was I going to say? Moncton. So again, I don't know why I thought you were from there, but you said you're originally from Toronto, eh?
Originally, yeah. I've been here for like 8 years now, though. Like half my life almost. Well, a third. I keep forgetting how old I am.
Are you 16, Hunter? What's going on?
I thought I was for a second.
24, yeah.
The guy I'm fighting is basically 16, 18. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. Well, that's the thing. Like, there's for the future, for people, there's a lot of up and coming guys who are, even like 17 who are looking to look at Anson, your opponent. He's
gotta respect it, man.
Very much so. And that's what we're trying to do here. Develop if you look at like teams like the Moncton Wildcats and the Halifax Mooseheads and
Yeah.
These guys are
Yeah.
like, for the most part, and like that's the thing when you go to the pro level in MMA, like there's people with hundreds of grappling, maybe sambo, 50 amateur MMA fights, right? So
Yeah.
you got to get in the reps and get those opportunities. Going back to your last fight, I want to talk about it really quickly. The controversy over all of that. What's your feelings? You know, we never really spoke about it. We never really got an opinion from you. So
Yeah.
what do you got to say?
I definitely had a few opinions on the matter when it's more recent, but it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like I don't even care. It's in the past. Everybody knows what happened in the fight. There's
Great
not much more
mentality,
that
man.
needs to be said.
Yeah, great mentality. All right, well, we'll skip right by that, and we'll move into your future fight.
Absolutely.
Two fights under your belt. Fighting a newcomer, Anson Cremo. He'd be the Crispy Cremo, Mini Crispy. I
Yeah,
guess
Mini Chris.
Mini Crisp. I guess we'll call him.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about him? What are your thoughts?
I know a bit about him, but not much, honestly. But that's the amateur scene. I mean, you can never know too much, especially when it's their first fight.
Yeah, that's the thing, and there's not a lot of people looking to fight at every weight
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, that
You know?
too.
The weight classes are, five. Some are deeper, like 7 to 10 people, but some of
Yeah.
them are 3 to 4 people at the most. So
Oh yeah. I had like 4 contracts that didn't quite go through, so I was just happy to have someone sign it, man.
yeah, that's it exactly. And hopefully you can have a busy year.
Yeah.
In 2025, we're in New Brunswick 3 times this year.
Yeah, man. I'd love to fight more than twice.
Yeah, it was twice last year, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and man, I'll tell you, buddy. Like, you're a good example. Your medicals,
Mhm.
the fight was signed. Your medicals were done.
Yeah, nothing I can do.
But that is the only thing you can do. Exactly. Have your medicals done and you're ready. So it's like, hey, we haven't, especially when it comes to like these last 2 weeks. Someone called me yesterday and they're like, how's things going? And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, well, has anything happened yet? I'm like, no, like the last 2 weeks is when shit starts hitting the fan. Like
Yeah.
it's all good. But the last 2 weeks is when the plane really takes off and, like issues or injuries or travel or whatever it happens to be, medicals. So, but I think it's going to be a great card, man. I'm excited for this fight very, very much, and to see you back in there, Hunter. Anything that you want to say to your opponent, to the fans, FLA, to the scene in Moncton?
I guess just tune in. We're just getting started.
Yeah, very much so. First event of the year, 2025. Super excited. Big crowd on hand. It's going to be, last year it was biggest card of the year, FLA 13, and hopefully FLA 18 will start it off for the year. We got some new things in the works for the crowd during the event that we're kind of working on, and a new look to our cage, some new apparel.
Yeah, I heard about new apparel.
Yeah, some of that, some new camera angles.
Okay.
So yeah, lots of cool stuff in the works to just keep growing the brand, and some new the I don't want to say it, but I'll say it now, I guess. The new shorts.
Okay.
So again, if anybody didn't catch it in the last podcast, especially if athletes are watching this, this year for 2025, you do not have to wear our fight kit. When it comes to our shorts, yes, we're giving the shorts the same, the compression short MMA, long MMA, but no tracksuit. So, as an athlete, you can wear your own hoodie, t-shirt, whatever you want to wear for your sponsors, that kind of stuff. It just gives the athlete a lot more ability to kind of promote themselves in that way. Sure. So yeah, grateful for our sponsor, Finesse Brand, though. If you're looking for custom shorts, for your gym or anything, check them out online, finessebrand.ca. So any final words, my man?
Man, just happy to be here. Grateful for the opportunity.
Grateful for you too, man. I mean that. Again, it comes full circle when it comes for us, to the coaches, to the teams. We're all in this shit together, and it takes a mountain to make this kind of stuff pop off at 7:00, buddy. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us, and have a safe next 2 weeks or so. And I'll see you on January 31st.
Awesome. Sounds good, man.
Okay,
Thanks
buddy.
again. You
Thanks
stay safe.
again. Hey, buddy. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, there you have it. Episode 242 with our good man, Hunter Savage, a fantastic kid with a bright future. Love the guy, and he's always a great representative of what we're doing. So, yeah, check him out. February 1st, taking on the up-and-coming debut of Anson Primo, Mini Crisp, out of Whittles Martial Arts in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. So, big fights. Every fight's announced, 11 fights on the docket. February 1st, we got about 15 tables left and just about 40% of cage side remaining. So we'll see you in Moncton. Got a few podcasts later this week between myself and Timmy B. Thanks to our sponsors, fans, and everybody tuning in. We love you. We'll see you in a couple weeks.